That was perfect timing, wasn't it? Sorry, I just got done talking to the cat. And she's talking back to me, apparently. Hi, I'm Jay, and this is the alphabet of oils. We are on the letter N. So we are definitely working our way through the alphabet. We are more than halfway through. And N is for nutmeg. Nutmeg is native to Indonesia, and it's an evergreen tree that is cultivated for two different spices. One, obviously, nutmeg, that is from the seed of the plant, and then mace. Have you heard of mace? That is from the seed covering, and those are both spices coming from the same plant. Two different spices, same plant. That's kind of unique. But nutmeg is the one we're talking about today because mace would be M, and we did that one yesterday. We are looking at this prized oil, this prized spice. Nutmeg has always been a very popular oil and spice since medieval times. It's used for culinary flavoring. I mean, come on, think about it. You've got fall. Hate to say it, we're here, but yes, fall. And nutmeg is one of those aromas. It's one of those scents and flavors that is very fall-like. It's really associated with fall. Nutmeg oil has a warm, spicy aroma. Very nice aroma. And it's energizing, it's uplifting, really helps wake up the senses a little bit. It's really nice. And then there's also nutmeg vitality. Vitality? We're at the letter N and we haven't talked about vitality yet? Fine. Vitality is oil that is labeled as dietary. You can consume this. It says so on the label. This label, it's for aromatic, which is diffusing, and topical. This is for dietary. Same oil. Same oil. It's just with FDA regulations, we have to label things as either dietary or aromatic topical. You can't have both on the same label. This is what's known as government red tape. Sometimes, I tell you, government gets in the way of things a lot. But I'm not getting political. No. What I'm just trying to say is, when it comes to talking about a wonderful oil like nutmeg, I have to be very careful with how I describe the one that is labeled as topical and aromatic as compared to the one that is labeled dietary. So if I were to tell you, hey, take this nutmeg, put some in a capsule, and no, I can only tell you you can do it with this one. Isn't that weird? Even though it's the exact same oil. But in the privacy of your own home, what you do, that's up to you. That's up to you. If you want to use the aromatic and topical for dietary, that is up to you. And the oil police aren't going to come pounding on your door saying, that's it, hand over your nutmeg. And the nutmeg vitality, by the way. No, they're not going to do that. So, nutmeg, it is one of many essential oils that Young Living has that can be labeled as dietary as well. And we call those vitality oils. There's a lot of them, and we'll get to some of them later on. Now, nutmeg vitality is a huge boost for the immune system, and regular nutmeg as well. When you inhale it, love the smell of nutmeg. It is wonderful. Now, it's a boost for the immune system. It's also very popular for cleansing, as in cleaning. And by that, I mean adding a little bit to your countertop cleaner or your dish soap You can add a little nutmeg to it, and it really does help. Plus, it gives you that wonderful nutmeg aroma and the immune system boost. And it's also loaded with antioxidants. It really helps support cognitive function. This up here. So nutmeg and nutmeg vitality are the same essential oils, and they are distilled from the, let's see, what is this called? It's the Myristica fragrans. That's the Latin name for the plant where we get nutmeg. Myristica fragrans. I think I knew a girl like that in college. I'm not sure. Okay, there's lemon oil in here, by the way. Really good. If you're a guy over the age of 50, lemon oil can be your best friend, especially if your family has a history of kidney stones. But we'll talk about that later. Now, nutmeg can be considered a hot oil, much like cinnamon bark. Now, nutmeg is not as hot as cinnamon, but if you are going to apply it topically anywhere, you should probably dilute it with a carrier oil. And that can be very, very helpful because it can leave a burning sensation on your skin if the oil is too hot. Now, some skins are fine. Mine, I can apply just about anything and it doesn't bother my skin. However, I may be an exception to the rule. There are people who have sensitivity to a citrus oil. There are people who have a sensitivity to lavender. There are people who have a sensitivity to hot oils. In fact, a lot of people have sensitivities to hot oils. That's why it's labeled a hot oil. See how that works? Now, some of the things that nutmeg can do for you is it offers an energizing and uplifting aroma when you diffuse it or inhale it. That's really nice. It can be applied topically for a refreshing breathing experience. In other words, it's good for the respiratory system. It helps support the respiratory system. You can also use it on your gut, your abdomen, and your feet for VitaFlex points on your feet for a little tummy control. If you've got some issues with your tummy, digestive issues, little nutmeg, diluted, rubbed on your tummy, can usually help with that. Let's talk about some of the key constituents that are in nutmeg. We've got alpha-pinene. We've talked about alpha-pinene before. You've heard me ramble on about how wonderful alpha-pinene is. It's the anti-everything. It's that super constituent that we've heard of so much, and we absolutely love it. So, yeah, antifungal, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial. The list goes on. There is also saponine in it, which is an anti-inflammatory, and that is also antifungal. Saponine is. And then limonene. Limonene is antibacterial, and it helps defend against mutated cell growth, which we've talked about before. And if you know what I'm talking about when I say mutated cell growth, think of one of the worst things that can happen with mutated cells in your body, what it can become. So if this helps slow down or prevent mutated cell growth, hey, more power to you. Again, I have to say, I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist. I'm a guy who uses oils. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of studying over the last 10 years. And I know quite a bit about what goes on with these constituents. And again, it's these constituents, I'm saying this for FDA purposes, just in case some agent says, hey, let's take a listen to this alphabet thing. Okay. It's the constituents that have been lab tested and have been certified and have been, through government testing to show what these are capable of. These constituents have research backing these claims. These constituents are in the oils. And again, that goes back to last week when I had said, if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. It's that easy. So that's it for the letter N, nutmeg. What a wonderful oil. It's perfect for fall. I love diffusing it in September, October, November, into December. I love using Nutmeg Vitality in baking, especially when it's time for Thanksgiving or holiday treats. Nutmeg is a wonderful, versatile, and uplifting oil. So I hope you enjoyed today's letter N. Tomorrow we are talking about the letter O, because that follows in the alphabet. I double-checked with my granddaughter, and she said, yes, Papa, O follows N. So I'm on the right track. That's good. So until tomorrow, hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Take care. God bless.